children. This is 5th standard English class. As I have told you in the previous class that we are going to start the new block, that is block number 8, alliteration and metaphor. Alliteration and metaphor is grammar part, children. I will explain this later on. So today our topic is the skylark. Skylark is nothing but a songbird. Skylark is nothing but a songbird. I am going to read the poetry. You are going to imagine when I read the poetry. Okay? That means how does the bird look, you are going to imagine while reading only. Now open your reader, children. Yes, open your reader, children. The Skylark poetry. Page number 42. Page number 42. The Skylark. The Skylark. Now I am going to read and explain the poetry, children. You are going to just close and imagine. Okay. I will read. While reading, I will explain you. But what you are going to do? You are going to imagine. Whatever I am reading and explaining, you are going to imagine. Okay. See here. The earth was green. The sky was blue. I saw and heard one sunny morn. A skylark hung between the two, a singing speck above the corn. So, how was the earth? The earth was in green and the sky was in blue. I saw and heard. I means who, children, here? I means who? The author. I saw and heard one sunny morn, a skylark hang between the two. Here they told a skylark hang between the two. In between which two? A singing speck above the corn. A singing speck above the corn. A stage below in gay accord. Now see, where is the skylark? This author was seeing the earth. The earth was in green and the sky was in blue. Okay. This we all also can see. We all experience this. The earth is in green and the sky is in blue. And what did the author heard one sunny morn? Morn means on one of the Sunday morning. A skylark hang between the two. Where the skylark was hanging, children? Above the corn. Corn means what? You know, makka butta will say. And in Hindi, butta, right? Yes. So, on the corn field, children. Corn means just on the corn it won't be sitting. On the corn field it was. Okay. A stage below in gay accord. White butterflies danced on the wing. And still the singing skylark soared, and silent sank and soared to sing. See, when this picturization was going on, what was the skylark doing? The skylark was singing. Okay. Here, what is the meaning of speck? Speck means a small mark or spot. A small mark or spot. On the birds you can see, children, small marks or spots. On butterflies also you can see, right? And what is the meaning of soared? Soar means to fly high with little effort. To fly high with little effort. And the skylark is trying to fly. Next. The cornfield stretched a tender green. Stretched means what? Stretched means, can we stretch it like a rubber band, children? No. Stretch means it was so big and in a tender green. To right and left beside my walks. When this author was moving through his right hand side and the left hand side, on both the sides the cornfield was there. I knew he had a nest unseen, somewhere among the million stalks. Now what is stalks? A plant's main stem. A plant's main stem. See, when the author was walking between the two cornfields, to the right hand side and left hand side of him, he was walking. I knew he had a nest unseen, and in between that cornfield there was a nest which the author hasn't seen, somewhere among the million stalks. That means there, cornfield means many strong stems will be there, right? Many plant stems will be there. From in that millions of stems, he couldn't able to find the nest. He couldn't see the nest. That's why it is unseen. And as I paused to hear his song, while swift the sunny moments slid, perhaps his mate sat listening long and listened longer than I did. Now see what happened. And as I paused to hear his song, here when the author was walking, he was listening to the song of the skylark. And when he paused to hear his song, what happened? He was seeing the sunny moments. Perhaps his mate sat listening long and listened longer than I did. Okay. Now here I am going to ask you a few questions. Did you imagine, children, what is the skylark? Did you get any picture of skylark when you closed your eyes and imagined that there is a bird flying in between the earth and the sky, and it is on the cornfield, right? Yes, here if you see the cover picture, you can see the skylark. This is the skylark. Skylark means what? It is a songbird. Always it will be singing. See how it is standing on the cornfield. Yes? Now I'll ask you one question. Try to answer. What do the lines a skylark hang between the two? A singing speck above the corn and a stage below in gay accord mean? What does these two lines mean? And where does this skylark be? Skylark hangs between the earth and the sky. The skylark hangs between the earth and the sky. That means it will be flying. It won't remain on the earth and it won't stick to the sky. It will be flying in between the earth and the sky. Right, children? And how is the earth, children, here? Green. How is the earth? Green. And how is the sky? Blue. How is the sky? Blue. A singing speck above the corn, a stage below in gay accord. Here see, what is this line means? A singing speck above the corn means that the skylark looks as tiny as a spot in the sky. When it flies high, we can see where as a spot only when it is flying very high. Right? And it is flying above which field? Cornfield. A stage below in gay accord means that the cornfield below the sky is in happy harmony. Okay. Now another question. What does a poet describe in the poem? Can anyone tell me? What does the poet describe in the poem? The poet describes the sight and movements of a singing skylark, children. What does the poet is describing in this poem? Poet is describing that the sight, how much we can see. Sight means how much we can see, and the movement of singing skylark. The movement of singing skylark, and where it is? On the cornfield. Did you get any images? Does the poem create in your mind, children, when I was reading the poetry? If you imagine whatever I am reading and explaining, that will help you help us to imagine a green cornfield and a bird flying in the sky. Yes? Yes. Now, what details in the poem make it more descriptive, children? Here in this poetry, the poet have described also, right? What all are the details? The adjectives are green, that is green earth, blue sky, morn means morning, sunny morning. How is the morning? Sunny morning. See, in these 2 lines only 3 adjectives we got. Earth is green, sky is blue, and the morning is sunny, right? White birds and green field. White butterflies. Here they have here he had described butterflies. How are the butterflies? White butterflies. And how is the field? Green field. Here they have given, see. How is the field? Cornfield? Green. And these all helped us to imagine the pictures, the images of the scene over here. That for example, you are walking in between the fields and both the sides green color cornfield, and the birds are flying high. On the fields, the butterflies are flying. Yes, close your eyes and try to imagine, children. It makes you understand better. Okay. And the poet also says that the bird looked as tiny as speck. How does a bird look? As tiny as specks. This comparison helps us visualize the bird more easily, children. Like there is a small bird and when it is flying, it looks like a spot only in the sky. So how tiny the bird might be, right? Yes. Now you tell me, how did you feel after reading the poem? How does the poem make you feel, children? Happy? Beautiful? I felt beautiful, children. And peaceful also, because greenery means it gives peace, right? Yes. And what do you think the poet's mood was when she was writing the poem? Can you imagine the poet's mood while writing the poetry? Maybe she is happy, she is enjoying, or she is in peace, or she is really walking in the cornfield and she got the lines, right? Such a nice poem, right? Once again I am reading, children. Just have a look. The Skylark. The Skylark by Christina Georgina. Christina Georgina. Who is the author? Christina Georgina. And here are the keywords, children. Skylark, soar, speck, stalk. I am reading the poetry. Have a look. The earth was green, the sky was blue. I saw and heard one sunny morn, a skylark hang between the two, a singing speck above the corn, a stage below in gay accord. White butterflies danced on the wing, and still the singing skylark soared, and silent sank and soared to sing. The cornfield stretched a tender green to right and left beside my walks. I knew he had a nest unseen somewhere among the million stalks. And as I paused to hear his song, while swift the sunny moments slid, perhaps his mate sat listening long and listened longer than I did. So now this is the poetry which I read. Now what you are going to do is children, open your classwork books, draw the margins, write date 28/10/2020. On the red margin write block number 8. There you are going to write alliteration and metaphor in the middle, and then down line you are going to write the skylark. The skylark. Okay. You are going to write the keywords, meanings, make sentences. Bit number 1 keywords, bit number 2 meanings, and bit number 3 make sentences. Is it clear? Now coming to bit number 4. Yes, bit number 4. State true or false, children. State true or false. See the first A bit. The poem describes the sight of a skylark in the woods. Did it happen in the woods, children? That is near forest area? No, false. B bit. The poet seems happy in the peaceful nature setting? Yes, true. C bit. The skylark looks like a huge bird in the sky. False. How does it look, children? It looks like a tiny speck, right? D bit. The skylark is flying between the earth and the sky. True. Okay, so bit number 1 keywords, bit number 2 meanings, bit number 3 make sentences, bit number 4 straight true or false. After writing this bit number 4, you are going to see question number 3, children. Question number 3. Identify the verbs that describe what the skylark and the poet did in the poem. Add adverbs that begin with the same sound to make the poem more descriptive. Once again I am reading. Identify the verbs that describe what the skylark and the poet did in the poem. Add adverbs that begin with the same sound to make the poem more descriptive. Yes, see here, children, in the third question, 3 parts are there. Identify the verbs that describe what the skylark. First, we are going to describe what are the describing words for skylark. The verbs that describe what the skylark did are hang, sing. One is hang and the other is sing. And the poet also. The verbs that describe what the poet did are, what did the poet do? He saw, pause, hear. Okay, verbs means what? Actions, children. What are the actions skylark did? Hang and sing. And what are the actions that did the poet do? Saw, pause, hear. And what are the adverbs? What are the adverbs? Hanging high, singing slowly, pausing perfectly, hearing hard. These are the adverbs. Okay. Now see question number 4, children. Read the poem The Skylark and answer the following questions. Identify and write the rhyming words. Add 2 more rhyming words for each pair. Identify and write the rhyming words. Add 2 more rhyming words for each pair. B bit. Identify and write the rhyme scheme of the poem. And these 2 I am going to show it in a paper only, children. Now see for the rhyming words, children. Blue, 2. Mon, corn. Accord, sword. Wing, sing. Green, unseen. Walks, stalks. Song, long. Slit, did. These are the rhyming words. Right? Here I have written. I wrote the first pair of rhyming words from the reader poetry, and I wrote the other 2 by my own. Blue, 2, clue, true. Corn, mon, born, torn. Accord, sword, board, board. Wing, sing, thing, king. Green, unseen, queen, clean. Walks, stalks, chalks, hawks. Song, long, wrong, strong. Slid, did, solid skit. Now first, after writing the question number 4, you are going to write 4 answer, A bit rhyming words, then write the rhyming words. Leave one line and write the rhyme scheme. B bit rhyme scheme. Please underline the headings, children. Rhyming words, underline. Rhyme scheme, underline. So, what is the rhyme scheme you are getting, children? See, blue to AA. Moncon BB. Okay, that means AB, AB. Next, accord, sword, wing, sing. Accord, sword, CC, wing, sing, DD. Next, green, unseen, EE, walks, talks, FF. Song, long, GG, slid, did, HH. So here I wrote the rhyme scheme as AB, AB. Even if you write for every paragraph AB, AB, you will get AB, AB only, children. Okay. So what all you are going to write in your classwork, children? After writing every bit, you are going to leave one line, draw the margins properly. First bit, you will write keywords, underline the heading, leave one line and write the keywords. After completing keywords, draw a line with color pencil, write bit number 2, meanings. Yes, underline the heading, leave one line and complete the meanings. Bit number 3, make sentences with. Make sentences with. Underline the headings with color pencil, leave one line and write the make sentences. Then fourth bit, state true or false. True or false. Underline the heading with color pencil, leave one line and complete. After that, write question number 3 and here is the answer which I have already explained you. Question number 3. After writing this, draw the margin, write question number 4 and write answer number 4. First bit, A bit is rhyming words you will write. After writing A bit rhyming words, you will write B bit as rhyme scheme. After completing till 4th question, underline, draw a margin with marker. Okay. After that, you are going to open your workbook, grammar guide, that is last page of the workbook, children, 52. Here you can see block number 8. 2 blocks are there here. Block number 8, alliteration and metaphor, alliteration and metaphor. Right? So you are going to write the first heading as alliteration, underline the heading and write all this definition and examples. Okay, this I am going to explain in the next class, children. Till that time, I want you to complete your notes. Next, you will be writing the heading as similes and metaphors and complete the heading with examples. Write the definition, example, definition, example. Don't forget to leave one line wherever necessary, drawing the lines wherever necessary. And this is not the first time you are writing. In your previous classes also you wrote. Not only in 5th, in 4th class also you know all the rules and regulations how to follow when you are writing the grammar from grammar guide. Where you have to leave one line. After every point you are going to leave one line. After every example you are going to leave one line and write. Is it clear, children? Hope you all complete your classwork. All the bits, including grammar from grammar guide. Okay. So meet you in the next class with the grammar topics, alliteration and metaphors, similes and metaphors also. Okay. Thank you, children.